people create villains, cancel culture, swearing at us on social media, calling us blacks for hire, or Penuel just suck up to whites and they batanda mabunu. And at some point, the one side, the black people that are bashing me, then the white people are also calling me names. Why don't you condemn Julius?
Yes.
The thing about you black people, and you're like, yeah, there's gonna come a time when
Yeah.
and when I become Idi Amin or whatever, everyone's gonna be shocked. Oh, but he was such a good boy. Yes, I used to like his podcast. And it's like, because you guys don't listen, because you're not trying to understand, because you're not trying to work together. When bad things happen, real genocide, real targeted farm murders, Israel and Palestine, like real things, not this bullshit propaganda they keep trying to sell us. Some of us are going to sit on the sidelines and be like, it's okay. And it's like, but Jan, say something. And you're like, I've got nothing to say to you. But I gave you a job. Remember, I gave your child a scholarship. I'm like, while you were spitting on my face. You gave him a scholarship of my grandfather's blood. And of my ancestors' land. And I wasn't saying, we're taking the land, we're killing. I wasn't saying that. I was saying, can we try and work together to move forward? Can we be Afrikaners? Where you're not just white, you're black. But you guys refuse to listen. So when the next generation comes and they steamroll your incompetent, unintelligent children, I'm gonna keep quiet, or I'm actually even gonna help them to be like, it's because you refuse to listen. It's not by accident that all Rome end. You spoke about culture evolving. Culture that is stagnant dies. It has to die.
Absolutely.
It has to die.
And
sorry, that was my last point.
No, it's a good point, and I will tie it in some of the conversations we've had. But on this thing of rented blacks, right? Actually, I don't say that out of demonizing them and all of that, right? So there is money in being a rented black.
100%.
There is definitely money, So. And you can see how some of these people move. Like I think Prince Mashele is making a lot of money saying the type of things that white people want another black person to say.
Is he a rented black?
I think so. Okay. And I think how he will monetize that, because what people don't see, the monetization of being a rented black does not play out in public. So you are going to be invited to an offsite by a board of a corporate.
Of course.
And what is the going price of being invited to a strategy session to come and give a political overview?
100%.
There is no set price. So if anyone wants to pay you 20 million, they can pay you 20 million.
100%.
So there is money. So maybe I say it out of envy. This is why I get frustrated by people like Citizen Consent and all of that. And
that lady.
Yeah, I think that's a pro-DA platform.
She's a rented black as well.
I think it serves her. My view is there's a good reason she's doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to draw a distinction between being a rented black and ignorance. Because those are not the same thing.
Before you draw the parallel, Pumlani Machozi.
Of course.
Rented black.
Rented black. What is Pumlani Machozi's competence that justifies him sitting on social, whatever, and IRR and all of those things, whatever. But you gotta keep dancing, right? So if you are on the pole, keep dancing.
Justice Malala.
Yeah. So and then sometimes some of these people then want to give some counterbalance to confuse the enemy or whatever. It's interesting how, and I'll come back to the great work you guys do in the media space. But my point is, on the issue of rented and ignorance, you can have a person who means well, but is still wrong.
Sure, because they just got bad information.
They just got bad information. So, for example, if we take the whole story, because I've also heard you talking about it, the whole story of the Great Trek, and clearly, in the story, like we said, people look for lineage and they are the hero in that story.
100%.
It makes sense why Ernst Roos will want to tell it as the heroism of the Africans' lineage and history and all of that. But in doing that, you have to be careful in choosing the things that affirm that.
Yes.